This is the new 2021 Mercedes-AMG CLA 45. Yes, the top trim version of Mercedes' extremely popular CLA Coupe. Now, to say that the previous generation, the first generation of the CLA was a slightly cheapish car would be, I suppose, an understatement. However, the second generation of the car is very, very different. Let's explore the new CLA 45 together right now. There is also such a thing as an AMG CLA 35, but as interesting as that car might be, I obviously only want to talk about the 45 because it is a full-fledged AMG automobile. What I meant by saying that the first generation was kind of cheap, well, it has always felt like nothing more than a parts bin special from Mercedes-Benz. But even so, I mean, they sold, if I'm not mistaken, over 750,000 of them. So obviously they did something absolutely right. But I still want to think that Mercedes-Benz, well, wanted to make it up to those who weren't entirely happy with the car, because the second generation CLA is far, far better in every conceivable way. I've driven it. It is amazing, period. Amazing car. Now, the CLA 45 pricing starts in the US at $54,800, $59,700 in Canada. Both the 35 and the 45 have that handcrafted turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, but obviously the 45 has a hell of a lot more power. What the heck? Now, for that price, you do get a bunch of stuff in this car. You get MBUX, which is brilliant. You'll get two 10.25-inch screens, but you know what? I don't want to talk about the standard features in this car. It's the options. In fact, this car has nearly every option in the book, starting with the AMG Drive Pack, which includes these lovely 19-inch wheels, which are a must on this car, I think, much like the E63. It also includes the AMG ride control with the adjustable dampers. It's got the performance sound, which I'm on and off about, but hey, it's got the navigation package. AMG aerodynamics. As I work my way around, I'll show that to you. And the night package explains why everything is black. It's got the AMG seats, I'll show that to you on the inside. It's also got the intelligent drive business. Anyways, grand total, just about $77,000. It's a lot of money, but this is a serious car. You get an idea there of the AMG package, or the AMG Aero package, if you will. Styling wise, this car has absolutely grown up and looks fantastic. With everything AMG on this thing too. Oh, and speaking of looking fantastic, one of the options on this car is the color, which is denim blue, which gives class, a mysterious tone to the car. I don't know, it brings everything absolutely together. Here's another little tidbit of aero, if you will, a little upswept spoiler. Look, I'm not going to do the usual tour, if you will. I'll just do quick in and out, because the drive part of this car is what's really important. So here you go, in the back seat. This is roomier, far more accessible than the previous car. You get an idea there of the AMG sports seats. Look, I'm just going to slide in quickly. I suppose it's because of the sports seats that there's no room for your feet under the seat other than your toes. Leg room is pretty good. You could, no, this is really a two-person deal in the back. Headroom is very snug. I'm only about 5'10", and well, too bad if you're sitting in the back, because what's important is sitting in the front. Here we have a pretty damn good view of those sports seats, which hold you in places that, well, I didn't think was possible. In fact, I think I've discovered new organs since the first time I sat in this car. Here's a good shot of the twin 10.25-inch screens. It's beautiful, it's racy, it's modern, it's elegant, it's absolutely everything. This is mostly configurable. This is the beautiful Dynamica and leather steering wheel. Well, look here, you have your, like the E63, your redundant drive controls. You can just turn that there. You also have the dynamic selector down here, your individual buttons for your transmission and your exhaust, which there's your transmission button. Look, the interior of this car, the dashboard, the layout of the vents and everything is very A-class, and it's very beautiful. This is also part of the AMG layout in the front. It's kind of, it's not, it's very cool, but it might be one step too many. While I'm up here, you also get the Burmester audio in here. Visibility is really good. Look at the pillars, not too fat. The mirror is mounted lower on the door, so you got that great spot of visibility. Very important when you're aiming for your apex when you're on a track, because this is a seriously track-focused automobile. What more can I tell you about the inside of the car? Storage is pretty good. This is pointless stuff. Good door bins. The seats are multi-adjustable. Everything has to go through the screen here. I'm not going to toggle through the whole thing. But you do have this trackpad, which kind of works well enough. It's fairly intuitive, but you can always just select on the touchscreen, which is very useful. Anyhow, enough of that. I'm going to put my belt on, and we are going for a spin. So the thing about driving the AMG CLA 45 is that, well, it's just plain damn fun. And everybody says that cars are fun to drive, whatever. This one it's alive, it's electrifying, it gives me the fizzes, and I kind of feel it's also noisy, so but that's part of the experience. And to be quite honest, I kind of feel a little bit like a hypocrite saying that I love this and did not like the C63S as much, because there are many parallels that can be drawn between the two cars. I think the CLA's saving grace is the 8-speed dual clutch transmission, which can actually just shift and be comfortable, change gears seamlessly. Whereas the C63, it's just constant punishment, hard shifts, it's just no fun. It's always dialed to 11. This starts out at a 9.95, if you will. But because it's a CLA compared to a C, it's forgivable in many ways. I kind of described the car to a friend as well, I can't really describe it on video, but it's an extension of my person, if you will. And the 27-year-old hot-headed male in me just loves this car. 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, 382 horsepower, 6,500 RPM, 354 pound-feet of torque from 3,000 to 4,000 RPM, which means that from a standstill with 4MATIC plus all-wheel drive, it hits 100 kilometers an hour in 4.1 seconds. I mean, it's 4 seconds 0 to 60, so this thing is ridiculously fast. 4MATIC plus all-wheel drive system obviously sends the power fore and aft, but it also actually has true torque vectoring, which means that with the clutches on the rear axle can send power left and right, which makes me sad because I can't track the car. It's way too damn cold. I'd love to experience what this car feels like at 8/10 with the Pilot Sport Michelin tires. It must be incredible, because just on the road right now it feels light, nimble, agile, responsive, super sharp steering, but not punching your face sharp, just let's go. You know, it responds to your inputs, and all of this is in comfort mode. One of the things with the driving package in this car is with the adjustable dampers, they have to be set in comfort at all times unless the roads are perfect, which is why my individual drive modes has everything set on dynamic or sport or advanced, except for the dampers, which are set to comfort. And when everything's set, the fizzes, the electricity, the hair standing on, It's just incredible. The sense of speed is there. The graininess of the road surface communicates through the steering wheel thanks to the tires. This thing is alive, and I love it. And it can be more or less turned off, which is what I love about this over the C63. Unfortunately, though, with the performance exhaust as part of the driving package, when it's at intense or loud or sharp, whatever it is, as it is pumped through the audio system in the car, is just completely unpleasant. In fact, it becomes so drony that sound is distorted. Sound is distorted, and it just becomes an annoyance after a while. So you have to shut that off and leave it in normal comfort or, silence. This car really does take possession of me when I drive it. It's just incredible. I love the feedback, the how a lot you relax. And that's one thing. I mean, if you're merging on the highway and you're in Sport or Sport Plus, or have set your individual mode just so, traffic comes at you really, really fast. So all the systems will start beeping at you. Anyhow, now what more can I say? This is a better AMG car than the C63. It's not as fast, but it's better sorted. The balance between the power and the chassis and the driving experience is nicer. It's more civilized. And I think that's one of this car's greatest attributes, among so many things that are fantastic about this car. Quite frankly, number of options that I would leave on the table, like the aerodynamic package and stuff like that, and keep the price at around 65, $5K in options, just to make it special, make it your own. But yeah, this is wow.